Hey, DJ, it's Fridays, and I really feel they're just saying, here's the story. How you doing, DJ?
That's what I thought too. It's going to be Brady Bunch today.
Well, hey, who have you got here? Got all these attractive faces.
Well, it's football season, so I guess this is the Ram season. So it's Ram Hotel here in Amarillo. And they are our client with all their different properties. So I'd like for you to meet Mickey, to
Hi,
meet
Mickey.
Mark,
Hi, Mark.
Hello, how are you?
to meet Taryn, to meet Andrea.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm DJ.
Hey, DJ. Hey, well, what a coincidence. I didn't hear Mark's voice, but I hear it's really very whitish. How you doing, Mark?
How you doing?
I'm gonna turn some Barry White on pretty soon. Can't get enough of your love, baby. Well, hey, it's good to see you all. Now, Mickey, you're with Home to Suites, which is a part of this conglomeration with Ram Hotels. And what is your position, Mickey?
She's sitting.
Yes, that's right. I'm with Home to Suites. I'm the general manager here. We're our properties about 6-7 years old. We're awesome. We're about to get a new renovation we're pretty excited about. Great for staycations. If you're here in Amarillo, come by and see us. I got an awesome saltwater indoor pool, brand new treadmills.
Hey,
let's see all of our in-town guests.
Hey, I've stayed at Home Two Suites a lot, and they're my favorite hotel so far. Of course, I haven't been in the Ram Hotel yet, but now, Mark, what are you doing in this group? What's your position, man?
So I'm the director of sales. I'm the director of sales for the Home 2 and the Town Place Suites. I've worked at every property. We have great properties, whether it's the one where Andrea and Taryn is at, it's the 4 Points in the Fairfield Inn and Suites, or the Home 2 where Mickey's the general manager, and where I'm currently located right now at the Town Place. We're a great set of hotels. One of the things I'd like to mention about Mickey's Hotel, it's a green hotel. We do certain things to give back. When people go to hotels and they use soaps and things like that, and they don't, you take them for granted, we recycle them and give them to third world countries where it, reduces that infant mortality rate. And so great properties.
I didn't know that.
Wow, that's so cool. Now, DJ, before we get on to Taryn and Andrea, I like the French cafe you're sitting at. Are you joining us from Paris today?
Yes, I just flew in today.
Oh.
I love my accent here.
Hey, it's getting better. Actually, if you've ever been to Paris, folks, you'll love it. It's everything they say it is. It really, really is. And we'll talk about that sometime. Andrea and Taryn, now you girls figured out how to get in the same shot close up to see your pretty faces. How's it going where you are?
I mean, we're not really digging the lighting, but
It's all in the lighting, but you both are lovely though, and it's just so nice to meet everybody. DJ, everyone you bring on though, they're great quality businesses. They're great people, and Amarillo, you just can't beat the people in Amarillo as well. But I'm telling you what, whatever you are up to, I know it's going to be good, and I can't wait to stay in the Ram Hotel as well. And Home 2 Suites is always great. So what's happening now?
Well, over here at the 4 Points in Fairfield, we are a dual brand property. So both of our hotels are connected. We are planning a 4 Points Fall Fest. It's going to be October the 27th on a Thursday from 4 to 7. We are trying to get vendors out here to buy a table. We're going to do some trick-or-treating. There's going to be some Halloween drink specials and also some children's dinner specials as well.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Have to send that to me for the e-blast.
I will. I just got done making the flyer.
Yeah, thank you very much. That'll be a lot of fun. That hotel, if you haven't been to the 4 Points there it's at I-40 and Ross. Mark had me come out and take a tour, and that thing is so modern. The bathroom mirror just fascinated me. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, the bathroom mirrors. Go ahead and tell me about it.
Hey, all right.
I actually just got
cool. It's really cool. Everything's electronic and super duper and all that kind of thing. And there's a theme all the way through the hotel too. And the sod poodles like to stay there. a lot because of the sports thing there. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we're the host hotel for the Amarillo Sod Poodles. So for the visiting teams, whenever the visiting teams come and stay, they stay at our property. The Four Points has a restaurant and bar. Our property, it's just brand new, a year. It was completely reconstructed from the ground up, and it's been just over a year. So it is a dual brand property. They actually go together. The halls turn into each other. So the Fairfield is decorated in one way. It's more like West Texas, more kind of traditional. And then the Four Points is more modern, but you can actually walk the halls and the carpet changes colors. The lights change.
Oh,
Or a courtyard. Yeah, it's kind of cool. We share a courtyard and we also have a bar and a restaurant. So we have a lot of fun.
now you've got me curious about those bathroom mirrors, though. I mean, do they make you look thinner? You know, when the fog clears, or is there a display or a TV in it? What's up with the bathroom mirrors?
You can turn the lights on and off with a touch of your finger.
And it's
Oh.
LED. Mhm.
An interactive mirror.
It is.
Does it talk you out of bad decisions? Hey, it's time to get up. Get up. You know, get your coffee.
The bed is a toaster. No.
It's like, don't eat that. Put down that Twinkie. Oh my gosh. Well, I stayed in a tower in Baton Rouge and at a casino, and it had, push button mirrors, and that's all that I'll say about that dark tower. But not all that to say is it sounds very, very exciting. You made me want to stay at the Four Points right now, So are there celebrities, are there celebrities that come through, like when they were filming 1886 with Sam Elliott and such? You ever see that?
We do see some celebrities come through. It's more bands that are traveling through or playing at the Starlight Ranch or the Azteca. But we do get a lot of people here like that.
We actually have to sign a celebrity clause agreement whenever we get hired on that we won't disclose of who's here, which is really hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
Hard not to
I said that when I came through. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, DJ is one of the celebrities. You could tell us, but you'd have to kill us. So, anyway, well, this sounds exciting.
In the background.
What was
You
that?
can also, y'all have a ballroom. You can have places for people to have weddings there for quinceañeras.
We
Any
do.
kind of event, you can have those at the properties, and they're you're going to be taken care of very well. And also, it's almost a year ago whenever Mark contacted me about joining Welcome Partner, and it was about what y'all were going to do through the holidays. You want to talk about any of that, Mark?
Well, I'm sure over at the dual brand and that they have a lot of exciting things with the bar and the restaurant for the holidays, with Halloween coming up, with Thanksgiving coming up, with Christmas and New Year's. I'm sure they have a romance package over there, but it's fascinating. And I'm glad you mentioned that. We, as a brand, we like to be first in a lot of things. We're the first host hotel for the Randy Keller Memorial Tournament. We hosted Amarillo High playing Tascosa, and you said it yourself. We're not the first, but we're the first one that come back. I think the ambassador was before us in the partnership.
Well, what kind of experience have you had with Welcome Partner? I'm just curious.
Oh man, actually, me personally, pretty recently, I'm about to go see Aardvark Automotive, someone I met here in Welcome Partner. A bunch of the people that I have just know through word of mouth, through breakfasts, and DJ herself, I now use as, their friends and their family. They're my businesses, the companies I trust for my family to use for my consumer goods, so I love it. DJ's been a blessing in my life personally. So
What about you, Mark? I mean,
DJ, I told her at one of the breakfasts is, she's the epitome of the name Welcome Partner. She makes you feel welcome. Look, we're on your show because of DJ. We're gonna get promoted behind that. She makes and every company that she stands behind, I know it's a good company. We're just not another hotel group. You can stay in any box in Amarillo. We want you to feel like you're a part of our family. And that's what we feel like with DJ. We're part of her family. She's embraced us. She never, she moms me. She gets on me, say, hey, you coming to breakfast? You coming to this? I mean, but she helps so many different ways, and she's one of those celebrities. I can be driving around town and I'll tell somebody, I'll see her on a big old billboard. I know her.
Such a delight as always, DJ, to meet always new friends. And of course, find out, go to welcomepartner.com and find out how you can be a part of this true networking breakfast. I work in 4 different cities. This is the best networking breakfast there is. People actually do get business with each other, for each other. You can't beat the people. So once again, DJ, another great Fridays with DJ and some new friends. We'll see you next time, folks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
You're welcome, partner.
All right.
There are a ton of institutions in our world, and one of the small institutions right here is this place, Delvin's. This man started a restaurant here in town and really started a revolution in how we think about business and neighborhoods. It's all a part of my Urban Amarillo. Welcome to Urban Amarillo. I'm here with our man, Chef Delvin Wilson. Delvin, you really started a renaissance in North Heights. There weren't many businesses coming here. And you said, listen, I love cooking. You've cooked all over the world. And you wanted to start something to build a legacy. And you stuck out on a limb, a bold limb, when others weren't even trying to think this way. And you built Delvin's right here in the heart of North Heights. What was the thinking behind that, and how scary was it?
I would say the thinking behind it was being in the culinary industry, going to school for it. I've always said if the opportunity presented itself and I was in a position to do something, that I would take that leap of faith. And that's basically what it is, leap of faith. So it was just a matter of time. I think it was my destiny. I mean, I was destined to do what I'm doing right now. And that is to do my own thing.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate to work at some of the nicest country clubs in the world, as well as working for Baptist Community Service, Park Place Towers. They're one of the leaders in their industry as far as what they do in terms of memory care, in terms of assisted living, in terms of just the things that they do, man. So to do it on a bigger scale like that, feeding 1,500 people a day, to come down to doing something like this, it's cakewalk, for me, in that aspect.
In the industry.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that is the hallmark of Delvin's is the food. Let's be honest. I mean, unique, the salads, the briskets, and the portions are what always come back when people say, wow, this is home for you, isn't it? This is like you're cooking for your family,
Exactly.
for the family reunion. Your blood, sweat, and tears are in these recipes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of the recipes are my mother's recipes as well as mine's, my wife's mother. So, it's just a little bit of everything, family, So, growing up, my kids growing up, I have five children, 4 girls and 1 boy.
Yeah.
So, them growing up, there was always somebody at the house, a friend of theirs, a friend of one of the girls. So, and one of the things that we always done was feed them.
Yeah.
So opening up a restaurant, I wanted to do that same kind of experience here.
Yeah.
In terms of making sure you get fed and you leave with a full stomach.
One of the things you told me in the first few years of opening this business is you wanted to own the building. You had seen over the course of your career guys who'd open restaurants, rented a building, they become successful, the rent gets raised, they start moving around. It's a rare combination. Usually you think of like cooking maybe as an art, being a chef.
Right.
And they might lack on the business side. Some musicians are great musicians, they lack on the business side. But you have a strong business mentality. Where'd that come from?
That came from country clubs. In country clubs, you can be the best chef in the world, you can put out the best product, But man, if you're running a 60%, 70% food cost, you're losing the money. You know, and being a private-owned institution, a country club, and you have members, you know, a lot of places say, okay, well, members, fork out your checkbook, let's write a check for this. Well, you get some clubs that are not that fortunate, and you have to get kind of creative. And I've been pretty lucky to see both ends of it, clubs that are wealthy and clubs that wasn't so. And as a result of it, you had to build it up. So give you a prime example, I went to one club, man, they had about 250 members when I first went in and took the place over. One of the things was the vendors, we didn't have money for them. They load the groceries back on the truck, taking it with them.
They going with it. They're like, I'll be back. We'll be back.
So I said to myself, man, what I got myself into, you know? And it kind of scared me, but you know what, man? The GM was such a genuine guy. He was so good. And man, I stuck it out with him. A year later, we went from 250 members to 700 with a lockout. We was the hottest ticket in town.
Wow.
And that's a good feeling, man, knowing that you can go in, take a facility, and turn it around. And that's pretty much what I did, man. And we did it just by being consistent. Okay, that's the main thing. Being consistent, putting out a good product, not buying the cheapest, not buying the most expensive, but buying a good product, man, and putting it on that plate. And we did that, man. So we gave people value for their buck. And as a result, man, I mean, I watched that place, man, flourish. I stayed at that place for 5 years. And I tell you what, man, we did everything from March of Dimes to cancer research, hosted a lot of events, fundraisers, meeting a lot of people. And that's what it's pretty much all about. So that's kind of where that came from in terms of, you know, getting in, man, you're doing golf tournaments, tennis events, you're doing wine dinners. And with all those different types of twists and turns, you get different types of exposure also as well. And you get pretty creative, you know. We would have prime rib left over. And it wasn't enough for a couple orders. I would take that prime rib, man, and turn it into a beef vegetable soup. You know, instead of for $6 a cup, $8 a bowl. So, you know, like I said, you get creative. It's not that you know, instead of throwing it away, you know, you kind of more or less recycling, and that's become some of the best stuff.
That is. Now, in the short time, we can throw back to the hallmark restaurants here, Alexander's Barbecue. There's just so many that built a legacy. Seasoned D's Barbecue was one of those. And you stepped in at a time when the Heights was really dying.
Exactly.
Businesses were moving out. You had chain convenience stores and that sort of thing. But you've come here and you created a refuge for everybody of all ages, all colors, all creeds. Was it important to you to prove that you could succeed on Hughes Street in North Heights, and it didn't have to be Bell Street, it didn't have to be Soncy?
That's a good question. You know, a lot of people looked at me and said, man, are you sure you know what you're doing? You know, I don't know, it's kind of risque, but you know, think about it. You know, if you got a good clean environment, you got good food, people will come.
They will come.
You know, and I've always believed that. I've always took that to heart, and this was no different. The thing that sweetened the deal for me here is you hit it right on the head. How many people, chefs, can say, hey man, not only do I own my own business, but I own the building.
I own the building.
I own the dirt. I own the land. That's the difference. And that was the lure for me.
Right there.
You know, and I figured, hey, if it doesn't work, I could always sell it. I could lease it. Or I could just board it up and move out and get another chef job and then try it again. Exactly. You know, so looking at it from that aspect, man, it was a no-brainer for me. You know, besides that, look around here. There's nothing over here. Nothing. No laundromat, no nothing. You got churches. You have houses.
A couple of bodegas.
Exactly, but no businesses. So looking at that, man, to me, to do something and then to see it flourish the way that it is, man, it's a win-win. You know, so I just thank God for giving me an opportunity and having the foresight to see this.
During the pandemic, you know, restaurants took it hard.
Oh yeah.
Hours had to change how you did things. You did something even more unique. Even after the governor changed the alert level, most of the people who work in this building are your family.
Right.
And you felt a deep sense to keep it safe. And it was safety over $1. You could have rushed and opened up and said, yeah, let's do it. I need the money. But you said, no, I have to take care of the people who depend on me, my family, my employees. Was that tough, man? Was that a
Man,
tough?
it was very, very tough.
Yeah.
It was very tough
Yeah.
because, you know, it's hard to say, hey, are you vaccinated or you're not? You don't want to infringe on people's rights, but in the same instance too, you have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that really kind of had me on the fence out there as far as on that, you know, people don't know this, but I have.
Hey friends, I'm back with another Life Master word of encouragement in 3 minutes or less. I told you I'd do one on jealousy and envy, and here it goes. You know, jealousy is, I want what you've got. Envy is far more sinister. Envy is, I don't want you to have what you've got. You know, I was 12 years old and playing piano and music and singing on stage at an early age. And one of my local heroes was this cool drummer named Billy, man. Everyone loved Billy. He was cool, had cool hair, a cool beard, cool clothes. He was from the surfing scene, incredible drummer and percussionist. And I just thought the world of Billy and still do. Well, it's been a while, but you know, at that time, I had a girlfriend named Tanya who I was pretty fond of. And she came to one of these events that we were playing at. Well, someone leading from the platform asked everyone to get into a circle. And there was none other standing beside my friend and hero Billy than my girlfriend Tanya. I got jealous of them holding hands. Now, I thought I could hide it, but apparently I didn't hide it too good, because when the event was over, Billy walked up to me, my hero, and put a piece of paper in my hand, and I opened it up, and it was a proverb that says, jealousy is the sign of a fool. Such a hard way to learn, such a hard way to learn from one of my heroes. But you know what? I never forget it. And it took. As I would grow up, I'd see other people succeed. I actually became happy for them. I rejoiced when they rejoiced. And I found out pretty quick, folks, that if you can rid yourself of jealousy or envy and succeed together, a high tide raises all ships. Rejoice when your friends and sometimes your competitors succeed. You're going to have a clean heart and you have more of a chance of success when you rid yourself of jealousy and envy. I hope you're encouraged, folks. Have a great day. Hey friends, this is Brant. You know, years ago, I discovered a secret that enabled me to navigate this reality, to live a fearless life, free from anxiety, where nothing was impossible for me. That's how I live, and that's what I want for you. If you want to have a fearless life, free of anxiety, to live in joy and success and fulfillment, walking out your destiny and living out your purpose, you got a better chance of doing that if you read The Red Pill Prophet, October 31st on Amazon.com. Get it in your hands. The Truth of the Red Pill Prophet, October 31st on Amazon.com. Hey folks, it's news commentary, news you can laugh at, or it's either laugh or cry, but with none other than Heywood himself. How you doing, Heywood?
How we doing there, Brant? You okay?
Hey man,
just living today.
I'm living the dream, you know, enjoying all these headlines. I a lot of surprises with our president. I mean, it's a new one every day, huh?
I had no idea he was brought up in the Puerto Rican community of Delaware, which, by the way, I checked the census. They have maybe 5 or 6 Puerto Ricans that live there. Maybe. Wow. But apparently they took the village, but they all raised you up. It's amazing. He has an amazing background.
Now, I thought it was Scranton, you know, and then I thought it was which college, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, well, he was, accordingly, he was also after he was vice president, he was a full professor at the University of Pennsylvania for 4 years. Okay.
Right.
Put him right into the election. And it's just amazing. But University of Pennsylvania doesn't have a record of that. I mean, he must have been teaching off campus, I guess.
Yeah.
In the Puerto Rican community. That's all.
In the Puerto Creek, yeah. You know, avoiding a corn pop, you know, who was a bad dude.
Well, corn pop apparently was Puerto Rican.
El
just
Corn
never
Pape.
figured it out.
I think that's what they called him on the street.
Joe was driving those heavy rigs back then. You remember, Brant?
He was doing that
I
too.
went to Detroit, and I used to drive on those heavy rigs. It's just Tall Tales by Joe Biden.
I'll tell you what, you should be all things to all people, but sometimes politicians need to kind of keep track of, who they tell what to. And
Which lie can I get by with today? Nobody's heard this one in 6 days. They probably forgot it, just like I did. I'll tell it again.
Well, I guess you had to wait till the right decade. Of course, he had to withdraw from a presidential race for lying about everything. But I guess in this age of feel good politics didn't matter. I don't know.
No, it really doesn't. If you're that good at it, that is part of the amazing story.
I tell you, well, there's always things going on in the headlines, and of course, my gosh, killing the oil and gas industry, and then coming back in a little ways is.
Oh yeah, have you noticed the prices starting to edge back up again?
Oh yeah.
And then OPEC, mainly because Joe asked for a favor, said, what we're going to do? We're not going to increase production, Joe. We're going to slash it 2 million barrels a day. So everybody just kind of stay. You better get ready to buy that moped because you're going to need it.
Well, you could buy an electric car, but then you'd have to not charge it, because that's what they're telling you in California.
Well, if you live in California, they want you to drive an electric car, but you're not allowed to charge it. Gavin Newsom somehow came up. The fact you're not allowed to put in large appliances, you can't plug them in, like maybe a refrigerator or stuff like that, or a George Foreman grill. That'll blow LA out.
Well, I saw a big rig pulling a motor home, and the license plates it was in Texas from California. I just hope that if you come to Texas, folks from California, don't California the Texas. Don't regret what you ran from, but you're going to be able to smile.
Right. You keep cheering for USC. That's fine. Lincoln Riley's there. We still like him. But beyond that, I don't want you to go cheering for that party we're talking about. we're doing just fine. Just let us get by.
Well, folks,
registration. Just go get you a nice neighborhood. I promise you'll like it.
I tell you what, a lot of people are moving to Texas. My gosh, and why shouldn't they?
Well, they said over 300,000 already moved to Florida from New York. California is coming here. It's a little closer, but we'll stay here a while. Then they'll go to Florida too, probably.
Well, I tell you what, things are heating up, folks. It's either laugh or cry, but keep your chin up because there's always fun to have.
Every single one of them. Try to do that.
Well, there's always fun to have with news commentary. Folks, it's laugh or cry. We hope that you laugh. And Heywood, it's always good seeing you.
I'll take care of the crime. Don't worry about it. Bye, Brant. Next time.